To the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis and quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Keiser. BlackRock understands that not only Bitcoin has a future, so why muddy the waters with Ishcoin ETFs that distract the market? The SEC serves BlackRock. And speaking of BlackRock, BlackRock's new spot Bitcoin ETF crosses over 10 billion in assets under management, according to the latest from the Bloomberg analysts. We'll also be discussing the fact that this week we had over 30,000 Bitcoin purchased by the ETFs, and the new Bitcoin produced by the miners only 6,100, and there's about to be a supply shock in roughly around the time of the halving, big time in 50 days. We're also going to be discussing BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF launches in Brazil officially. Now, Brazil has a population of over 200 million people, and their ETF market secures for 4% of the total Bitcoin supply. We'll also be discussing Kiyosaki Rich Dad thanking Bitcoin for challenging the US dollar and restoring integrity to money. Preach. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin metric repeats bull move that saw up to 1,900% Bitcoin price gains. We'll also be discussing the latest from Michael Saylor's Bitcoin Atlantis 2024 talk, along with his $10 million Bitcoin price prediction. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, family, in today's show. Now, welcome everyone just joining us. Happy Stacking Saturday, March 2nd, 2024. Let's get this mofo lit, shall we? Shout out to everyone in the live chat. Let me know if the stream is loud, clear, and smooth. Let's get it.
Pump it up.
There's one heated igloo on the North Pole.
Oh boy. Pump it up. Welcome Eric Perez. What up, Phil? What up, Zash? What up, Serge? What up, Kev? First things first, I pop a freak all the honeys, dummies, Biggie. First things first in today's stream, what is the second best crypto? That's actually an excellent question, family.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best.
Hey, JV, I'm watching your greatest show on the tube. Love your brother. Much love, DNA Noonan. Greatly appreciate the support. Shout out to Bread Pitt. Welcome, family. Loud and proud. Love to hear it. We're above 62,000. It's a beautiful thing. Let's keep in mind Bitcoin has pumped $20,000 in the month of February this year. And it took how many years from 2009 from the Genesis block until 2017 to reach 20,000. And we just did that in a single month. Personally, I can't wait till we start having 20,000 weeks and eventually $20,000 days. Send it and let's freaking go. Pump it up. Shout out Eric Perez, Bitcoin Cowboy. Howdy, howdy, family. Lake Jeffrey in the building. I'm at the end of watching Star Wars Awakening. Never saw it. Awesome movie. There is no second best. That's right. And we're going to be discussing the latest Saylor Atlantis talk in his latest predictions as well. And speaking of Saylor.
Now, we all know Bitcoin
This is from that Atlantis speech, by the way.
is the best asset.
Damn right it is, Michael.
You agree?
We agree.
And there is no second best asset. And that is why we are here, right? Because we need an asset. Bitcoin is the best.
Facts.
There is no second best.
If you agree with that, put a 1 in the live chat. If you agree with the Giga Chad Michael Saylor, there is no second best. Let's see it lit. Thank you. Put your lighters in the air as well in the chat. We always appreciate that. Rule number 2, no spamming the channel. If JB doesn't see your question, wait until a few minutes pass and ask again. Don't ask again. Yeah, don't copy paste and obliterate the chat. That will lead to the moderators taking you out back and, doing what they got to do to discipline you. I'm just saying. Cheers. 11111. There is no second best. I love it. Jake, Bread, Joseph, Serge, Jennifer, Sandman, Crypto Rome. Yeah, Sheba Dreams even says there's no second best. That's saying a lot. Thank you, Sheba Dreams. Ryan, and congrats. I think Sheba pumped like 40% in the past 24 hours, something ridiculous. Sal Lopez, Ron C. Wait until Bezos adds Bitcoin as a form of payment on Amazon. Oh my God. You know that's a coming, especially if he is the newest Bitcoin billionaire. He was just caught rubbing elbows with the Giga Chad, if you know what I mean. Pump it up, family. I appreciate all the ones. Remember this, my prediction still stands 100,000 by May 19th. Send it. Why so bearish, Megadon? Jennifer's calling for 100,000 by the date of the halving a month prior. Just saying. Let's go, family. Welcome, everyone just joining the stream. Pump the likes. It's Sat Stacking Saturday, live and in the flesh. I think we're going to have a hell of a run this week. 69,000 in play. That's the all-time high. Price discovery mode, you already know. And we can go from price discovery to 100,000 just like that. Anything's possible in price discovery, hence why we call it price discovery. Wow, Amazon didn't even think about that. Yeah, think how big of a market that is. Wow. And what if they gave a discount, like pay with Bitcoin, save 3%? Every woman in the world would start using Bitcoin to save some money. There you go. 160,000 before the halving. Send it K-Jam. That is right, 100,000 by mid-April. Pump it up, man. I'm all for that.
Look, pump it up if your game and went long.
That's right. If you went long, pump that mofo up. Smash the like. Thank you, Jennifer. Yahim, what it do? Let's go. There is no second best. I love it. Never gets old. What up, JB? Been a few days. Traveling to Manila. Nice. Philippines, eh? Party, party. Enjoy yourself, Kuz Dog 66. You are fooling yourself. It's all about the Dogecoin. I disagree. Nothing to do with the Doge. Time Traveler told me 100,000 by May 19th. Wow. I hope you're right there, Megadon. My bet, 500,000 by July. Bring it. That sounds even better. Buying. Eric Perez. I mean, the institutional demand right now is off the hinges. You guys already know. You know what to do. Pump that mofo up and let's get it.
I'm not saying I'm number one.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I lied.
I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Damn straight. Embrace the DCA bros. Shout out to the DCA bros. I dig it, broskies. Hi, regular old 8-year-old. Are you really only 8 years old? If so, that's phenomenal. 100,000. Send it. Let's go. Don't shout out, get caught in your shorts down. Woohoo. What up, Chris? 100K by April, 100,000 halving, 100,000 April 2024, 900,000 May 2025. What a top that would be. Any of you guys think that $1 million price tag is to come this cycle? Let me know. We discussed that yesterday's pod as a main topic. OG, pump it up. This is dedicated to you, Jennifer.
Pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up.
Because Jennifer is a Bitcoin OG. She deserves it.
You got to pump it up.
Drinking the booch. Is that what they call it now? I got the pink lady apple, which you know about that.
Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up.
DCA Day Sunday. DCA Day Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Just saying. To the 8-year-old in the chat, start investing into Bitcoin, DCA into that. And get your parents watching with you. Just, make sure they're watching with you. Carlos, welcome, family. 20,000 isn't too far away. 1 million next year. 420,000. Someone say 420. Spark a doobie up for your boy. 7 grams at least, please. Just FYI. What up, JV? We're out here, baby. Let's get this. BTC. I'm with you, Chris. The Vanguard moment is a catalyst. You're damn straight. I think his name was Tim Buckley or something like that. He's stepping down as CEO. He was the only one who's like, we don't believe in Bitcoin. It goes against our ethos and ethics of what we stand for. Yeah, freedom and sovereignty. You like keeping people enslaved through the fiat money monopoly. It is what it is. Goodbye. Another enemy bites the dust. And another one. And another one. Another one bites the dust.
Hit you just stay like King Kong. Hey. More than 5 shots in your shack and get it on.
20x, not 20,000. Damn right. 20x takes us above 1 million, baby. What would that take us to, like 1.2 milli? Vodka and kombucha. Have to make everyday DCA, you already know. But anyways, family, if you're new to the channel, important, smash the like and subscribe to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, 7 days a week, just like this on the #1 daily Bitcoin podcast. Today is episode number 1567. I'm your host, JV. Happy Sat Stacking Saturday, March 2nd, 2024. February was just the greatest appreciation of roughly 20,000 US dollars in a calendar month, and we were just thinking about how long it took for Bitcoin to achieve its first 20,000 price target back in 2017. So if we launched in 2009, that's like 8 years. So we just achieved in 1 month what took Bitcoin 8 years to accomplish. Pretty phenomenal. And it's the year of the halving. Let that sink in. But anyways, family, let's kick it off with our market watch. Pump the likes to pump the stream. I greatly appreciate the support. As you can see here, a little correction, but still maintaining above 62,100 for the king at the time of the live stream. We also have Ether trading above 3,400. And finally, XRP having a little pumpage. Now up 6% on the day. today, trading at 63 cents. Also Cardano. Most the alts are back in the green, minus Solana. But SHIB is stealing the show, up 46%. And even Bitcoin Cash up a whopping 50%, which is mind-boggling. And checking out CoinMarketCap.com, the current crypto market cap is sitting at 2.35 trillion with roughly 99 billion in volume for the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance back on the decline at 52.1%, with the Ether dominance a little declining as well at 17.6%. It seems the alts are still in the show. And here's the performers top for the past 24 hours. We got Bitcoin Cash up 51%, Shiba up 28%, and Floki up 35%. Below that, Scam Coin Terra Classic and Scam Token Satoshi Vision. Go figure. Below that, EOS, Kronos, Clayton, and Sats. Now, which altcoins in particular are you most bullish on for this bull run, family? Let your boy know in the comments right down below. And check out the crypto bubbles to get a visual perspective on the daily. You can see the majority of the alts soaring, hence why it feels like we're in an alt season right now. Typically, after Bitcoin makes a nice pump, the alts follow, and you got to keep in mind Bitcoin just pumped roughly 45% in the month of February, and now the alts are kind of enjoying in that basking glory, if you know what I mean. And zooming out on the monthly, insane gains. Some of these alts up several 100%. I mean, where do you see this in the stock market? I don't think it even exists. Pepe up almost 400%, Floki up almost 400%, WorldCoin 244%, WIF looks like another dog meme coin, interestingly enough, up almost 500%. And the list goes on and on. Stacks up 100%, Beam 100%, Ajax 271%, Theta 119%, SHIB 146%. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're currently rated an 80 in extreme greed, same as yesterday, and amongst the highest we have seen this in 3 years. Last week was a 72, and last month a 63, family, in greed. And checking out the Bitcoin halving countdown, now only 49 more days until the most significant event that occurs only every 4 years in the crypto sphere. We call it the Bitcoin halving. The estimated date that this is going to take place is April 21st, 2024. Let's freaking go. Shout out to Crypto Surge. He just gifted a membership of the MicroStrategy membership of the channel to the following Bitcoin Cowboys. So shout out to our Cowboys. You're crushing it, guys. I appreciate the support. Thank you, Surge. You're the man. What the frick is on Solana? Airdrop for the SOL hodlers. Insanity. I'm not sure what you're referring to there. Was there some sort of airdrop going on? Be careful with those airdrops as well. Some are designed to steal your crypto, if you know what I mean. I was hoping the 8-year-old could, what does it say? Get it? Right? That'd be pretty lit. And we don't even know if they're really 8. For all we know, they could be 18, 28, 38. But nonetheless, again, if you're under 18, I suggest watching the show with your parents, just because the topic is not necessarily designed for children. Just want to be 100 about it. So watch with your parents, because your parents are the ones with the money that can get investing into the asset in the first place and be hooking you guys up. Getting Saturday night Bitcoin fever, hoping for a small pump. That's what's up, Tobias. Solana to 1,000. Probably this cycle, very possible. Anything's possible with Satoshi. Rise in Bitcoin, that is. Rising tide rises all ships, including that Sol ship. Congrats, fam. Cheers, family. We appreciate you. Welcome, everyone just joining the stream. Let me know if you guys think we'll continue our pump action this weekend, or do you think we'll wait till Monday when the markets open? If we can get back above 62.5 this evening or tomorrow evening, we'll do another pump watch. The last pump watch target was 69,000. We did like a 13-hour stream. Clearly, we didn't hit that price discovery level yet, but we're making strides. The current 3-year top is 64,000, fam. My unborn baby has a Bitcoin DCA account already. Love that, Debo. I know Jennifer's kids have more Bitcoin than you guys could ever dream about as well. So I love it. Music to my ears. 65,000 weekend pump. Send it, Jennifer. And 70,000 on Monday. I love your bullishness. It definitely rubs off on me. So shout out to Jennifer. Here's another classic. Pump it up for you.
Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know?
Much love from Russia to my Bitcoin fam. Shout out, Peter. All the Russian fam out there supporting the show. All my Bitcoiners, all my whole coiners, all my Satoshi stackers. Let's go. Let's go. I almost said let's goat. Might as well. Greatest of all time. I have COQ in me. What does the COQ stand for there, T. Dillard? Monday will be another 8,000 candle. Send it, Eric Perez. Money gonna be lit when the markets open. Oh, Monday. Amen, Kevin Smith. Send it. Better to hodl than risk any alt airdropping. Agreed. That's right. You just got to be careful. Some of the airdrops are specifically designed for you to connect your wallet and steal your crypto. There's so many hackers in crypto. It's not even funny. You ever visit Banff, Alberta? I would imagine, is that in Canada, Kevin? I have never been there. Banff or Banff. Anyone been to Banff? What a cool name. Hong Kong reports that over 30 new Bitcoin ETFs have been applied in the recent days. Are you ishing me? That's phenomenal if that's true, and I hope it is. Game theory in full effect. We're going to be discussing the Brazil ETF today here, family. Brazil has a population of like north of 200 million people. So this is a big deal. I think it's the largest country in South America. Correct me if I'm wrong. Heard Michael Saylor was seen on Jeff Bezos' yacht. I wish I was a fly on the wall when they spoke. You know what they were talking about, right? You already know. The conversation probably went something like this.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right?
Jeff was probably like, do you think I should create my own coin? And then Saylor's just like,
The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura.
Bitcoin is boring on the weekends. Not always. Some weekends we love to pump. In fact, previous weekends over in February, we crushed it. For me, at the moment, HODL Bitcoin is more profitable than to mine fiat in my job. There you go. I was watching Cointelegraph last night, and they were saying 72 hours will see the moon. 70, 80,000 on Monday. Love that, man. Incredible. Thank you for sharing, Jennifer. Saylor said Bitcoin is on a 10-year gold rush. It's been on a 15-year bull run. It's not slowing down anytime soon. Yeah, man. Shout out to Trini. What it do? BlackRock will buy 2,000 Bitcoin on Monday. Bring it. Bezos, I am Saylor. Let me sail on your yacht. You got to do what you got to do.
Take all your time, figure out how to borrow more
This is what he was telling Bezos.
money to buy more Bitcoin. Then take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin.
And then Bezos is like, I can sell 9 billion of Amazon stock. And then Saylor continued.
And if you absolutely love the thing that you don't want to sell,
We need a Saylor coin. The Saylor coin is Bitcoin. How does an asset go up forever? Easy. It's mathematically guaranteed because it does the opposite of what the dollar does. So as they continue printing money, Bitcoin is mathematically guaranteed to go up forever because the dollar is going down forever as it has been since its inception. Math shows us that. The actual, charts show us that. No one can deny that. That's fact.
but go mortgage
Anyways, back to what Saylor was telling Bezos.
your house and buy Bitcoin with it.
And then Bezos is like, but bro, I have 50 houses. Sell them all, Saylor says. Sell them all, bro.
If you've got a business that you love because your family works for the business that's in your family for 37 years.
You're the best. Cheers, T. Dillard. Welcome, everyone just joining us. Appreciate the love. Let's continue. Let's dive into some Bitcoin TA and check out the charts. We love doing our astrology for men. Anyways, Bitcoin analyst Plan B predicts 10 months of face melting FOMO. My question for y'all, are you ready, like genuinely ready for 10 months of face melting FOMO? Holla at your boy. The Bitcoin bull market officially started March 1st, according to synonymous quantitative analysts. Plan B, creator of the controversial stock to flow model, which we always cover here in the show. The Bitcoin accumulation phase has officially ended, along with the easy Bitcoin buying ops, according to Plan B in his post where he shared the chart. Now, quoting him here, bull market has started. If history is any guide, we'll see 10 months of face melting FOMO, extreme price pumps combined with multiple 30% drops. Now, let's analyze the stock to flow chart here. Do you notice a pattern? Blue is the accumulation dots. Let's start all the way at the end where you see 2024. There's one red dot. That means the accumulation phase is officially over. So as of March 1st of this year, yesterday, we have officially ascended into the bull market. Now look at every previous halving cycle that come before us. Notice how many red dots? The previous one was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-ish. The one before that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The one before that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Before that, in 2011, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the pattern is we're going to get consecutive, these 9 dots, potentially could be 11 dots for all we know, or 7 dots, who knows? But the point is the bull market has officially began. Let's get it. Numbers don't lie, charts don't lie. Synonymous analyst prediction came 2 days after Bitcoin breached 60,000 for the first time in almost 2.5 years. Bitcoin fell 0.25%, but has been correcting, but expect more extreme volatility. The current high for the past 3 years is actually 64, which we recently tapped a couple days ago. While the stock to flow model gained popularity in the 2021 bull run, it's far from being perfect. Price Oracle. According to the chart, Bitcoin should have breached that six-figure milestone in early August of 2021 when Bitcoin was trading at around 44,000. Ethereum co-founder Vitalik has also criticized the stock-to-flow model for giving investors a false sense of certainty. No, I would say a false sense of certainty is Ethereum having an infinite max supply. What do you guys think? Plan B's predictions are in line with other expectations. According to Vettel, a senior analyst of K33 Research, Bitcoin usually consolidates during the period immediately after the halving, but rallies in the following months, as shared here. While the immediate post-halving performance has tended to be sluggish, each halving has proven to be a solid point to enter the market. 150 to 400 days after the halving tends to be the sweet spot. The G spot, baby. Just saying. Where the compounding effects of subdued miner selling pressure impact Bitcoin positively, directionally. And beyond the much anticipated halving, the recently approved spot Bitcoin ETFs have also contributed to the growing investor interest in Bitcoin and its subsequent price appreciation. Bitcoin saw a 3% correction after Grayscale's recent conversion of their GBTC, basically their Bitcoin trust, dumping almost 600 million worth of Bitcoin on February 29th. But despite the outflows, the Bitcoin price is still up over 22% during the past week. And as I mentioned, in the month of February, we did roughly 45% gains, which is not typical, especially during a February family. But we got to keep in mind the 4-year cycle, halving in less than 50 days. And excluding the Grayscale ETF, the 9 new spot ETFs recorded over 2 billion in combined daily volume for the second consecutive day, February 28th. The new ETFs accounted for 75% of the new Bitcoin investments since their launch January 11th. According to Crypto Quant, the ETFs have introduced passive price agnostic demand for the first time in Bitcoin history, which will lead to new all-time highs before the end of this year. According to a research report by Bitfinex analysts, quoting them here, our analysis forecasts a conservative price objective of 100 to 120,000 to be achieved by Q4 2024, and the cycle peak to be achieved sometime in 2025 in terms of total crypto market capitalization. And quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Keiser, regarding this quote, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse believes that the US SEC will approve the spot exchange-traded funds based on crypto tokens other than Bitcoin. I think it's inevitable that there'll be multiple ETFs around different tokens. And then Max corrected this and said, this is false. BlackRock understands that only Bitcoin has a future, so why muddy the waters with Ishcoin ETFs that distract the market? Good question. The SEC serves BlackRock. What are your thoughts on that? And speaking of BlackRock, our next story of the day, we'll be discussing them achieving over 10 billion in assets under management thanks to the spot Bitcoin ETF product, which they just launched roughly 7 weeks ago. Let's go. Plan B is correct, says KJam. I mean, how many of you agree with that regarding the stock to flow? He also said a few weeks back, we'd never go back under 40,000. Seemed to be correct. We pumped over 20,000 since he made that bold statement. I am still adding sats. Love to hear that, 808 Bear. Adding sats is something we should all be doing for the rest of our lives, and something we should teach our children to do for the rest of their lives, regardless of the fiat price equivalent, because it's all irrelevant. 1 Bitcoin today will be equivalent to 1 Bitcoin in 100 years. And the same thing true 15 years ago. 1 Bitcoin was still 1 Bitcoin. Don't forget it. I think that the pressure will be immense this time. I see the decreased miner production as a net positive and will drive the price higher soon after the halving. Right on, Jennifer. Respect. I am bullish on the stock to flow. Plan B got it right. Saw his video today. And also for those new to the stock to flow, it's ultimately predicting Bitcoin being above 100,000 post 2024 halving, leading into 2028 halving, ranging between 100,000 and $1 million per coin. I'm nervous to get rich. Why, Rambocito? Why so nervous? Let me know. Sats ordinals will make everyone who invests rich. Ah, ordinals. We will never see under 60,000 again, ever. I hope you're right. I think 60 is the new 20 myself. What do you guys say? 60,000, the new low? Holla at your boy. Let a brother know.
People on my back to get a song. Barry broke, have a talk, we smoked them like a bomb.
Shout out Barry BTC. How long until US dollar crashes? It's been crashing in real time for a very long time. I mean, look at inflation, dog. Look at the real estate prices past few years. And you tell me. Sweet show. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate everyone's support. We now got over 500 people here on the live stream. This is the #1 daily Bitcoin pod because of your guys' interaction. So I greatly appreciate every comment, every like, because you guys make it fun. That's why we do 2-hour shows. Without you guys, it'd be a boring 30-minute show of me just reading the news. So I appreciate all the comments and such. The new low depends on the new high, the new paradigm, pretty much. Bitcoin is leading many people to educate themselves about the US dollar. Other than that, they were always took for granted. Pretty much, family, the dollar is something we should learn about, how money is created out of thin air. Obviously, they don't teach that in school for obvious reasons, right? We'd know all about their corruption. All my 3 children will receive small Bitcoin bag as part of their contract for their children, a starter kit. I love it. More power to you. I see 100,000 before the halving because of the catalyst that pushed the market higher than expected. Right on, Jennifer. You've been calling it for a while. So respect. Smash the like. Thank you, Kevin. Sup, JV? I still support Hex, says BlackRock. Wow, BlackRock supports Hex. For JV, I always tap the button twice. I dig it. I wonder, can someone who's already subscribed unsubscribe and subscribe back, and let's see if the subscribe notification comes on screen? I'm just curious. It'd kind of be cool if it did. Did this loser say 160x? Are you referring to me as a loser, Emily, or Saylor? Because either way, not cool. I'm just playing at the same time. Feel free to call me a loser. It's going up forever, Laura. Just got here. How are y'all doing? Welcome, Jay Ford. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, so run the math. 160x from 62,000 is roughly 10 million per coin. I have a Michael Saylor prediction I'm going to be reading to you today that he believes Bitcoin is going to 10 million. In fact, in the same prediction, he also says it's going to eventually go to 100 million. So I was just giving you the bearish scenario of 160x. Hopefully that's okay with you. If you want the bullish scenario, just add a 0 at the end of that. We're doing over 1,000x. I know you guys aren't ready for that, so I got to keep it modest in here. JV, you are a loser. Damn it. How do I win? Do I need more sheep? Like, JV, you're testing the YouTube police for real. Hey, keep up the good work. Cheers, Lock Sky. Welcome to the show. Welcome everyone joining the stream. We do got a lot to cover. I can't believe we're already half hour into the show. Like, time freaking flies. So let's dive into our next story of the day, shall we? The next story is BlackRock achieving a big milestone of 10 billion in assets under management as far as the Bitcoin ETF is concerned. So here's the latest. BlackRock's new spot Bitcoin ETF has already crossed 10 billion in assets under management, according to Balchunas, the senior ETF analyst over at Bloomberg. He notes that the iShares Bitcoin Trust, which is IBIT, became one of only 52 ETFs out of the 3,400 to cross that 10 billion mark. The Bloomberg analyst says crossing the first 10 billion mark is tough for ETFs because so much of the initial assets under management has come from flows. But adding 10 billion after an ETF has already surpassed the first mark easier because the market appreciation becomes a bigger variable. Look at that chart, man. Again, 7 weeks. Let that sink in. Now, the 10 newly approved spot Bitcoin ETFs witnessed 92 million of positive flows on Thursday. According to BitMEX, IBIT itself saw nearly 604 million worth of positive flows alone, though that was largely counteracted by Grayscale, which witnessed nearly 600 million in negative flows, as outlined here in these charts. So, of the 10 new ETFs, Grayscale is the only one that isn't an entirely new product. After the US SEC issued a flurry of Bitcoin ETF approvals in January, the crypto-focused asset management giant converted its existing flagship product, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, into an exchange-traded fund listed on the exchange NYSE ARCA. Now, as pointed out here by Bitwise CEO Matt Hougan, here's the weekly summary from February 24th to March 1st. Keep it simple. There is more demand than new supply. And as he points out, in 1 week, Bitcoin purchased by ETFs is over 30,000, and the new Bitcoin produced by miners only 6,000. So what is that? Almost, 5 or 6 times the supply. And again, the daily issuance of the miners being awarded from the blocks are about to be chopped in half. So you run the math. Supply shock, family, incoming. Our next story, we're going to discuss the Brazil ETF, but first let's check some of the comments. Welcome everyone just joining the stream. Pump it up, please.
Oh yeah, we heard Kramer report that. Thank you. He said, we bought more bags, till we got a sword back.
Silas, what it do? Sheeb has a good roadmap. That's why, says K-Jam. I want 111,111 BTC. Send it. I love those 11s. You already know me. JB, what's all that noise? I have a little one in the downstairs living her best life right now with her friends playing video games. So that's who you hear. So we should celebrate the children having fun in the background. I thought the chart was the Bitcoin price through the year 2038. Well, we have Fidelity predicting a all-time high of 1 billion per coin by the year 2038, by the way. Big up from Budapest. Who is the best? Budapest. Of course, Satoshi mother lover. I dig it. I dig it. Jennifer says 12,000 plus Bitcoin pumped by the U.S. government into the market. 3,300 more pumped in from any one of those people in the last 72 hours. It is going to the moon before the halving. There you go. It worked. So Serge, thanks for subscribing to the channel. So good to note, if anyone unsubscribes and subscribes back, you'll get an on-screen shout out. So if you want the screen to be lit and you want your username to appear on the screen, now you know the hack. Gotta love it. Celebrate the children. For Christ's sake, yes. It is going up forever, JV. I love that, Tobias. Ah, cute, JV. We will allow it. Thank you, K-Jam, for your permission. Bought some Gala today because YOLO. You only live once, right? And JT Online, welcome. I like turtles. My daughter loves turtles as well. There is no second best, Stuart says. Preach. You already know. I know all about pumping it up.
Can't short your dork, we can't afford that. Wait for the pump to come, we should have bought that. Yeah.
You can't short your dork. We can't afford that. Wait for the pump to come. You should have bought that. God love Bitcoin. Amen, T. Dillard. Told my friend Bitcoin 48. Blink friend now 62. I told him, like I said. Well, you're a good friend, Newton. You're spreading the word and orange pilling the masses. Milady, meme to the moon. Milady. There is one second best, BCH. How dare you, Mr. Dubai? The dog in the background is crazy. Yeah, that's Nipsey for you. Welcome, Lisa. A child's laugh is the most wonderful sound in the world. I'll have to agree with that, K-Jam. Nipsey going crazy in the background. Is he? I haven't been paying attention. Looks like he's licking himself right now. That's a good sign. AC1234, thanks for subbing to the channel. I put all my savings into crypto and said hello. Saylor would want me to do it. Hopefully I didn't get wrecked. You're good, Kev A. All you got to do now is hodl. That's the easy part. Where'd the dog go? I see him in the mirror. He's chilling. It looks like he's licking his butt. Another buy signal, family. Nipsey's also living his best life. Orange pill to the moon. Let's get it. But anyways, fam, let's dive into our next story of the day and discuss this launch of the Brazil ETF, which officially just went live, I believe, yesterday on Friday. So let's break this one down. So yeah, let's start right here. Karina Sade, president of BlackRock in Brazil, highlighted the company's commitment to providing high-quality access vehicles to investors in the digital asset market. Quoting her here, IBIT 39 is a natural progression of our efforts over many years and builds on the fundamental capabilities we have established so far in the digital asset market. And Felipe Goncalves, superintendent in the interest and currency products at B3, discussed the growth and the listed crypto market in Brazil. He noted that the market, which started in 2021, now has 13 ETFs with total assets of 2.5 billion in their currency, which I think is it the real in Brazil, which is roughly 505 million USD, so roughly a half a billion. Now, while the market experienced fluctuations in its early years, it reached an eye-catching daily trading volume of 30 million reals, which is 6.6 million by the end of the last year, according to local media reports in Brazil. And also mentioned investors in crypto ETFs include institutional investors such as funds and individual investors. With a current number of 170,000, liquidity in the market is provided by non-residents investing in B3 as a whale. Now, IBIT 39 will reportedly have a management fee of 0.25% with a one-year waiver that reduces the fee to 0.12% once the fund reaches its first 5 billion in assets under management. The product will be made available to the general public, allowing broader participation in the Bitcoin market. Now, we already discussed that the overall inflows of BlackRock have already exceeded 10 billion, which is historical, which means the fact the ETF secured 4% of the total Bitcoin supply is a very significant milestone. Just for some perspective, it took MicroStrategy 4 years, them being the first publicly traded company to put Bitcoin on the balance sheet. It took them 4 years to acquire 190,000 Bitcoin. I think right now they hold roughly 193,000. So BlackRock just blowing through these numbers, which is unprecedented, and especially for an ETF. But the Bitcoin ETF is unlike any other ETF to ever exist, because this is the first time there's an ETF with a finite limited supply. Seventh, appreciate the sub family. Let's get it. Welcome, Zach Sips. What it do? Todd is bullish on CRO. Shout out to Lock Sky. Greatly appreciate all the support you've been hooking us up with since pondering upon this channel. Respect, family. Saylor said, don't sell all your chairs to buy Bitcoin, just the ones you don't use. Exactly. Makes sense to me. Orchard Fresh Orange Syrup. What is that? Is that your orange pill of choice? Cardano pump incoming, says Zash. Hey, JV, watching from Cornwall, England. Shout out to the UK family. Diamond Hands and Laser Eyes. We so early, that's for surely. We don't even care about price. Shout out to Robbie P. Those are his bars. And shout out to the track. Wow. And Lock Sky hooks it up with another 5 memberships. Mad respect, family. And shout out to everyone who just got blessed. If you were one of the lucky ones to get blessed and receive a membership on behalf of Lock Sky, show him some love, family, in the comments. Shout out Expos. Wait till the Hong Kong ETFs are on board. Precisely. Todd says, I believe in Cardano. It will pump. And congrats to Tim Crypto, Bitcoin Trini, David, Zash, and Emily. You've just been blessed. And guess what? I'm going to match that. So he just gave 5 memberships. JV is going to give 5 memberships, and I'll gift another 5 tomorrow. Give me a second to pull it up. I got to open up a window as we're chatting here. So keep the comments flowing, and let's gift another 5 memberships. Just give me a few seconds to pop this open for you guys. Here we go. Let's see. Engage with your audience. Bada boom, bada bing. Hit this button. And it says membership gifting. I'm going to click on that. And it says I can give 10. I'm going to give 5 now. We'll do another 5 tomorrow. Remind me, family, in case I forget. But here you go. Another 5 memberships have just been given via the MicroStrategy membership of the channel. So congratulations to Jerry, Crypto Dell, Kevin Smith. Who else we got here? Jerry Jason, David Fenerer, George Martinez. Congratulations to the entire fam. You've all been blessed and hooked up with some free memberships. You're very welcome. Thank Lock Sky because he just reminded me to give them. So thank you, Lock Sky. Let's freaking go, JV. Hello to all those in the UK. Shout out to the UK brethren, our broskies and siskies around the world. J-Dub, the Laker. It's been a minute, family. Where you been? Good to see you, bro. JV, so nice with the haters. We all love you. Pump it up, brother. Do your thing. Thank you, family. Yeah, I can't be mad at haters. Not at, when Bitcoin's at 60,000. I mean, anyone hating on me or Bitcoin at this price level, I just laugh.
Yeah, you can call me 3AC because I'm blowing it up.
Good evening from Germany. Subscribe. Thank you, Umer.
Please, more, please. Yeah, it's going to pump.
Thanks, JV. You're a star. De nada, Crypto Dell. My honor. Is it having or happening? Either or. Some say potato. Some say patata. Some say tomato. Some say tomato. Don't matter. I personally usually use having, but yeah, a lot of people still use having. I don't know. Use whatever you like. There's no wrong. My wife is UK. Nice jock. ML, let's freaking go. What does the ML stand for? Gimme. Shout out Peter. Thanks for the sub. I love it. You guys are awesome. Cool medallion by your name and first up for JV to read your comment. That's right. So sometimes when I'm reading my stories, I focus on the story. I don't see the comments. Shout out to Raymond. Thanks for the sub. It's in between the stories. I'm staring at the comments. So you're more likely to get a comment read during the sessions in between the stories. Just FYI, there's a little hack for you guys. JV, the Brazilian currency is pronounced real. Good show. Thank you. Good to note. Real. That's simple enough. Keeping it real. with the Brazilian currency. Having on 420, send it. 900 Bitcoin cut to 450 per day into the supply. Facts. Once Bitcoin breaks the all-time highs and flips to support easily 100,000 by the halving. I love it, Brock. Be some haters when Bitcoin is 500,000. You think there will always be haters, unfortunately. God bless them. I hope they see the light. Bank of America owns 40% of BlackRock. Do they? What? I would think BlackRock owns 40% of Bank of America. Can anyone clarify that if that's fact? Because BlackRock's worth 10 trillion, I think, assets under management. So that would mean Bank of America would be worth 4 trillion. I'm doubtful, but if that's true, someone please clarify. First time live, says Charles. Thank you for joining us live. The best experience you can get is live. Our haters, we just throw them shade. We invite all the haters to the 100K fiesta. We're going to have a dunking booth, and you get to participate. We'll even give you like $1,000 every time you get dunked just for kicks. Why not? Fact checkers, we need you. Seventh. Sometimes my comments don't show up on JV's screen. May have something to do with the membership. No. Everyone's comment should show up on the screen, Off the Wall family, and this comment showed up. Sometimes you got to keep in mind that YouTube is heavy on censorship, so you may just say something that's a trigger word, and it just doesn't appear. I think that's probably what it is. You will ask Saylor to come to the 100K party. He seems like the type to accept. I mean, it's not like I have him on my bat line. Hey, Mr. Saylor, you know what I mean? If anyone is connected to him with open communication, maybe we can arrange it. I know people who know him, but I don't know him personally. I have to actually get out of my little bubble here in Puerto Rico and go to more events and actually network. Maybe I should be in Atlantis right now. Everyone shows up. Work my bag from 40 to 60%. BlackRock owns Bank of America. Exactly. That was my thinking, Kaizen. They own everything. BlackRock literally, and this is not like exaggeration, they own over 80% of the companies in the S&P 500, meaning they own a piece of virtually everything. Whoever said Bank of America owns BlackRock, lay off the drugs. Saylor comes with 3 bodyguards. I dig it. I mean, I think Saylor should have more bodyguards than Andrew and Tristan Tate. So 3, that's kind of rookie-ish considering his net worth, just saying. Getting my shirt made that says my Bitcoin at JV Pump Party in a hurricane. Oh, lost. There you go. Funny. Anyways, next story of the day. Let's discuss the latest with Rich Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, and what he has to share. Just give me a second to pull this baby up. Here we go. So yeah, Rich Dad made a statement on X regarding Bitcoin as an alternative currency to the dollar. Rich Dad, as we know, best-selling author from Rich Dad, Poor Dad, hence the name Rich Dad. I still call him Rich Dad. Thanks. This is what he shared. Thank you, Bitcoin, for doing your job, kicking the fake U.S. dollar's butt and bringing integrity back to the dollar. Earlier in the month, Rich Dad predicted Bitcoin to reach 100 Gs by June, which we covered here in the show. How many of you agree that we will hit 100,000 by June, as not BlackRock, but Rich Dad is calling for? Let me know. He clarified that a Bitcoin price drop wouldn't deter him, as he would view it as a BTFD buying opportunity, while he anticipates a surge for Bitcoin and silver. And ironically, the Bitcoin market cap just recently surpassed that of silver, or is very close, like neck and neck right now. Can someone confirm that? I know they're like with very, very, very close to each other. He believes the gold prices can crash all the way down to 1,200. Someone shared in the live chat yesterday that gold hit an all-time high yesterday. Can someone confirm that if it's true as well? And following the approval of the spot Bitcoin ETFs by the US SEC, the famous author increased his Bitcoin holdings. He also urged investors to consider both Bitcoin and Bitcoin ETFs, while highlighting the significance of the upcoming Bitcoin halving. Now, my recommendation is self-custody. However, if you're in a position where, let's say, you have a retirement fund or 401k and it's impossible for you to self-custody, then the next best option may be the Bitcoin ETF or MicroStrategy stock or something similar of that nature. But I would say if you have the ability to self-custody, there's no second best, because you must own the private keys to own the underlying asset. And if you purchase the ETF, you don't own the keys. Someone else owns it. So you got to keep that in mind for those that don't know. Rich Dad consistently criticized fiats like the dollar, calling them fake money, because it is. He contrasts this with gold and silver, which he terms God's money, and Bitcoin, which he views as the people's money. Last November, he emphasized that fiat money isn't safe, urging investors to protect themselves from the central banking cartels. I second that. The renowned author has repeatedly promoted Bitcoin as protection against wealth erosion caused by the Fed and Wall Street bankers. In January, he warned investors about ballooning U.S. national debt and advised them to buy Bitcoin as a potential safeguard. He also predicts a global economic downturn and even a collapse of the American empire, mirroring the fall of the Roman Empire. Powerful words right there. Let me know if you agree, fam, with Rich Dad. Holla at your boy.
They drop food, but it's still not slowing it up.
Vanguard owns 9% of BlackRock and Bank of America 3.45%. Also, fact, Vanguard is the primary shareholder of MicroStrategy. BlackRock is also a major shareholder of MicroStrategy. That's why I say they have their hands in literally everything. All I can say is coin on 100,000. Oh, come on, 100,000. Send it. Cash is not the king. Self-custody is the king. Yeah, cash is trash. Let's keep it 100. I wouldn't even wipe my butt with it. Want to know why? It's too dirty. It's nasty. Who's going to wipe your butt with it so it's worthless at the end of the day? It's good for spending at the mall, maybe. That's about it. I just went to the mall and spent some fiat trash just to get rid of it. Just saying.
I can't wait till the Fed starts showing its love. The full flag on the chart got me blowing a nut.
Boom. Shout out Little Bubble, by the way. After the 2036 halving, 99% of the Bitty supply will be mined, and it'll take 100 years to mine the remaining 1%. Hodl fam. Cash was king, but just a little cousin now, pretty much. Like a redheaded stepchild, just saying. They all own each other, so when one gets rich, they all do. And some would even say that BlackRock and the U.S. government are one and the same. What are your thoughts on that? Cash is trash. You can leave that fiat-ish at the doormat. Tell them. K-Jam. Positive energy only. Preach. 600 viewers, only 300 likes. Come on, guys. Is that really? That means half the people don't even like me, but you watch my show, or you're just not logged into your damn YouTube account and you need to log in and stop being lazy. And also you need to be logged in to comment. So it makes sense to just log in, or if you don't have a YouTube account, I'm actually now promoting YouTube. Sign up for YouTube, create an account just to smash the likes and help support the show and spread this Bitcoin adoption. Our cockatoo used to hop onto a knee when we got into the bath and it would drink the water. Only permitted before soap and time to steep. That is hilarious, Silas. As we talk about bathwater quite often around these parks, if you know what I mean. Hey, Jam. Hey, fam. What up, Freddie? Good to see you, broski. All-time high end of the week. Send it. I'm calling it this week, family. Jennifer's calling it this week. Yes, who touches Bitcoin is not dirty fun. In fact, like they do in Argentina. Yeah, since cash is trash, I'll use it for the lap dances and strippers. Precisely. Get rid of that dirty money. Give it all to them. Make it rain if you have to. Just do what you got to do. Where are y'all from? Me, planet called Earth. I am an Earthling. Humanoid. I'm broadcasting from Puerto Rico. JV has lived all over the world. I'm originally from New York. Grew up from New York to California to Florida. After became an adult, I started traveling around the world. Lived all over the world. From places like Costa Rica to Medellin, Colombia to China. I spent 13 months in China teaching English back in, 2010, 2011. Good afternoon, all. Greatness. Welcome, family. Good to see you, Greatness. What it do? XRP is finally getting a well-respected pump. You guys deserve it. You guys have been the most patient out of all of the top cryptos in the world. So good to see you guys getting a warm piece of the sidewalk for once. CRO is pumping like crazy. I am a bipedal carbon-based unit. I dig it, relaxing. Kathy is selling bathwater and test tubes and using the proceeds to stack sats. Hence why she's a genius. Alberta, Canada. Shout out Alberta. What it do? Wrench Whisperer. Welcome, fam. Alan Haley. Super Earth. Let's go. RFK, next president, easy 100X, send it. Texas in the building. Freddie, okay, JV just liked about 300 times, double the likes. There you go. I mean, there may be a hack. If you guys open multiple browsers or have multiple devices, just log in different, do the magic, and maybe the algorithm will finally respect us. Who knows? I am a lizard humanoid, says Kepler. Interesting. Welcome, Brooklyn. Brooklyn. I would like to do that. How do you make a living in other countries? Well, for example, if you're a podcaster, you can travel anywhere in the world because your living depends upon speaking to the people, and you can do so through the internet. So something I discovered as a hack when I was a young adult, I think it was a book by Tim Ferriss called The 4-Hour Workweek. I read that book, and it inspired me to figure out how to make money using the internet so I wasn't attached to a location and that I would have the freedom to travel. Once you figure that out, the world is your oyster. You can live anywhere in the world. Other ways, if you need to work, back then I was working class, not entrepreneur class. So I think to get my visa in China, I became an English teacher. And I got to live there for an entire year. But in return, I was working. So just giving you different ideas on how to travel, make some money. Anything's possible. As long as you believe it's possible, you can make it happen. CRO to $3. Buy it. PR has the best pina coladas. They're delicious, must say. Hey, JV, does it show you who sent likes or who? No, it doesn't give you analytics like that. It just tells you the total. But that'd be funny if like someone was tuning in every day and never liking it, and I knew who my haters were, low key. That'd be ironic. I'd be like, yo, mofo, you've been watching 800 days in a row. You've never given me a single like. What gives? Attack him. Throw tomatoes. It'd be funny. Hi from Scotland. Bitcoin to 80,000 before the halving. Heck yeah. Why so bearish though? Jennifer says 100. So just saying. What if you don't like oysters? Well, then the world is your metaverse. My wife just called. We might be adopting a female husky. That's what's up, with some blue eyes. That's what's up, man. Hope you get that husky. Huskies are great dogs. I had a friend who had a bunch of huskies, and they're incredible. Very well disciplined dogs. What are your thoughts on Robert Kennedy speaking at ETH Denver for crypto? God bless him. Dude, that would be amazing. Show the true supporters. I know that'd be funny. And then we publish it like this guy is the most greediest individual in the world when it comes to likes. He hasn't liked the show in 2 years. It'd be funny. 100,000. I smash the like every day. It's easy to do. Exactly. JB, did you ever fall into one of the toilets at the school in China? No, that would be disgusting. In fact, at the middle school or the elementary school, the public school, aka government school, there were no toilets. There's just holes in the floor, and you squat over the hole in the floor. It's gross. My husky named Bitcoin. However, just to keep it 100, at the private school I taught at in the mall where there's money, they had toilets, and it was the same as we have here in the West, right? So it all depends. Are you living in poverty with the masses, or are you living in luxury with the rich kids? I taught at both. I taught at a private school in a mall with the rich folks, and I taught. I had 2 jobs. I was hustling. I guess you'd call that moonlighting, right? And then I had a job teaching at the elementary school children. And the schools would have like 100 children in one classroom. I'm the teacher. And at that age, it's like playing games with them and singing. It's kind of hilarious. Yeah, maybe one day I'll show you photos or videos from China. I had a husky. Now it's a Pomsky. Nice. What up, Blame? When will we soar to 160x? Yesterday. You missed it, apparently. We soared yesterday. And no need to copy-paste, family. Come on. Asked one time, I would have caught it. So, anyways, right? Where are you at, Streamlabs? Anyways, next story of the day, we discussed the latest from Rich Dad. Now let's discuss this $180,000 target, followed by a $10 million price prediction by the Giga Chad himself, Michael Saylor, and his latest from Bitcoin Atlantis. He was just giving a big speech at. But yeah, we'll start here. The headline reads, Bitcoin metric repeats the bull move that saw up to 1,900% Bitcoin price gains. Bitcoin now has a shot of hitting 180,000 if a bull signal repeats these historical gains. As Caleb Franzen, founder of Cubic Analytics, suggested the Bitcoin price returns could hit 260% from the current levels this cycle. Bitcoin has added more than 43% in February alone, but a long-term Bitcoin price metric is already calling for much higher levels. Analyzing the Williams percentage R oscillator on 3-year timeframes, Franzen revealed a rare bullish signal flashing for only the 4th time ever. Quoting him here, Bitcoin just completed the highest monthly close since October 21st, but it gets even better. and more bullish. The 36-month Williams percentage oscillator closed above the overbought level for the 4th time in history. Now, this oscillator is used to gauge the strength of the Bitcoin price trends. He also showed that the tool was essential in charting the start of Bitcoin's recovery from the 2022 bear market lows. And while it was 12-month time frames in play then, now an even rarer occurrence is back. The 36-month Williams oscillator is headed into overbought territory above negative 20. Quoting him here, I say it all the time, and I'll continue to repeat it. Overbought signals are incredibly bullish and should be viewed as momentum signals, not signals to fade. Prior signals appeared in 2013, 2016, and 2020, all years, marking the early innings of the Bitcoin bull market, while the returns have decreased each cycle from 1,900% in 2013 to 260% in 2020. Even matching the latter would produce 180,000 Bitcoin price action. He nonetheless acknowledged that even these unusual events should not be treated as a guarantee of future performance. Quoting him again, the same analysis that I shared for the 12 million and 24 million Williams percentage R signals have worked perfectly. However, this study guarantees nothing. It simply tells us how market participants have behaved in the past when investor behavior was similar from a statistical perspective. This study is unequivocally bullish, but we should view it simply as improving bullish probabilities rather than being outright bullish from a binary perspective. Now let's discuss the relative strength index known as the RSI, extending bullish trends into the monthly time frames as outlined here in the chart. On the daily time frames, this is firmly overbought, briefly passing 80 out of 100, referring to the crypto greed and fear index we touched upon earlier as well, ironically enough, also in the 80. Now, in late December, the daily RSI executed a form of reset, which preceded Bitcoin's initial push higher into the launch of the Bitcoin ETFs. And what's more, monthly time frames look even more optimistic, with the RSI now only entering the overbought zone. I mean, if you look at the charts, it don't matter if it's the weekly, the monthly, the yearly, the all-time high, the 4-hour, the 1 hour, the 15-minute, the 1 second. They're all killing it right now, just saying, family. And before we dive into our next story of the day and we discuss the latest highlights from Michael Saylor's latest speech he just gave, I believe it was yesterday at the Bitcoin Atlantis event, let's check the chat one more time and let's get it before we dive into our final story of the day and then dive into some Q&A. I think it is going to at least 200,000 per coin minimum. By what year are you predicting that? Do you think we hit that this year, 2024, or next year, 2025, Ms. BC? Holla. If you add a zero to the price 6 months ago, it'll be a good indication where it will be at the cycle peak. Where were we 6 months ago? JV, has China government Bitcoin stance softened? Now, according to the articles, because I have no inside connections to China, I lived there back in 2010 for 13 months, for Christ's sake, so I wouldn't know. However, it seems once it was banned, and obviously all their miners had to leave and set up shop in places like the States and all around the world, and the Bitcoin network bounced right back. But I think now, of course, I personally feel like all the governments around the world are more acceptable to Bitcoin, or as you put it, have softened their stance on it, because they must perceive it as an enemy. I mean, the CCP, obviously Bitcoin represents everything the opposite of what they stand for, no different than the US GOVT, if you know what I mean. However, they know they can't stop it at this point, and all the other countries are going to adopt it. So you either join the game, adopt, or get left behind. So we'll see how it plays out. That's bullish. Ain't no bull. 240,000, 2025, 100,000, 2024, then 180. What up, JV? Shout out to the Bitcoin block. I think 250,000 by the end of the year. I dig it. That'd be a hell of a target for 2024. We're at 20 to 25 6 months ago. Okay, so that's showing 200 to 250,000 as a peak. Felipe Diaz, thank you for subbing to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. This is dedicated to you.
Let me do my thing.
150 by the end of the year. Send it, Captain Murphy. I dig it. Welcome everyone just joining the stream. Great to see you guys today. Let me know how y'all doing in the live chat. Let's go.
If it's not going to zero, it's going to 1 million. It's either nothing, right? If it's nothing, then it's getting scrubbed out and banned.
Yeah, man. And guess what? we're more likely to go to that million mark than to go to zero. Let that mofo sink in. China allows owning Bitcoin, but they have strict laws against mining. So the laws are still the same as previous, is what you're saying. They're not allowing the miners still. Anything over 80,000 would be great. All my portfolio is BTC. I dig it, fam. Shout out Nugent. That's what's up. 100 G's by the time of the halving.
And of course, we now know that it's not getting banned, right? There's no way that Fidelity, Citadel, BlackRock, Charles Schwab,
Tell him, Michael.
Deutsche Bank, Credit Agricole,
Exactly, yo.
Banco Santander all decide they're interested in this,
Yo, we bout as long as a piece of string.
right? They're not endorsing a tulip bulb.
Exactly. Where do you think the top is for Shiba? No clue, man. For you guys' sake, I hope it goes up forever along with Bitcoin, but I am skeptical. Peggy, what does that say? I almost got lost last week at your airport. Huge. Which airport is that? When Bitcoin pumps, they all pump. I am not sure about Solana, says Jennifer. Where do you think the top is? What are you drinking? Yeah, just a little vodka and gin and juice or something. No, I'm just playing. These are kombuchas. It's ultimately, to describe it, bubbly probiotic tea for a happy gut. It's like the brand. I pick it up from Costco. Thank you, whoever just subbed. It looks like Green Pianist. Thank you, Mr. Green. Solana is the third best, plays more role. One thing I'll say about Solana, Scam Bankman-Fried is giving investment advice in prison. Can't make this ish up. To the security guards, telling them to buy Solana. It's very interesting, right? Shiba put over 15,000 in my pocket yesterday. Everyone should go invest. It is going to keep going up, says Over the Top. Caitlin Long said that there were only 40 Bitcoin available to buy at one point last Wednesday. Whoa. Is that why Coinbase mysteriously went down again, preventing us from hitting a new all-time high? Maybe there was no more Bitcoin to buy, or maybe there wasn't and they just shut it down so the price wouldn't pass 70,000. What are your thoughts on that, guys? Too much kombucha will rot your teeth? Probably. Fortunately, I brush my teeth multiple times per day, and I agree because I do notice stains on my teeth after drinking this stuff sometimes. Actually, I can't accredit it to the kombucha, but you already know. Any fruit juice is the same thing. Like when you drink any berry juice, it just stains the teeth. It's crazy. It's crazy. There's no second best. How many times does Saylor have to say it? I think as many times as he says it, it never gets old, and that's why we love it. I like the pink lady as well. Wait, isn't the woman in the red dress the glitch in the Matrix? Coinbase just crashed. Bitcoin. Jack Muller's explains in Atlantis the value of Solana. Nice. I got to watch his rant. I always like trading, but didn't think it would rise this much. Who is the shadow state buying the Bitcoin at the moment? James, that's a good question. Snowden leaked that. We don't know. He didn't clarify which state it is, but he did say soon they'll be announcing it. So that's a mystery. We'll soon find out. And that's going to be bullish. Another nation state adoption for sure. You know what I mean? You already know, family. But anyways, now for our feature story of the day, the Giga Chad Michael Saylor predicting Bitcoin to rise and skyrocket 160x to $10 million per coin. Let's break this down. He was just recently in Atlantis at the event, giving some speeches. I'm going to give you the highlights from what he shared and break all this down for you, family. If you're just joining us, pump the likes to pump the stream. The headline reads, Michael Saylor's Bitcoin Atlantis 2024 talk, empowering individuals with digital assets. But first, I want to give you this interview, which I transcribed, where he talks about Bitcoin going 425x, which at today's price is now 160x to hit the $10 million target. So quoting him here, because Bitcoin is just pure money, it's just as effective at 100,000 a coin as it is at 10,000 a coin. And at $1 million a coin, it's just as effective. And at 10 million a coin, it's probably more compelling at 10 million a coin than 1 million or 100,000 a coin. It's kind of a universally scalable asset that gets less risky. The only thing that is going to change, in my opinion, is when it was super risky and scary below 10,000, you were getting 100 to 200% a year annualized gains. And then when it got a bit more understandable between 10,000 and 100,000, your gains go to 40 or 50% a year. And then at some point they go to 30% and then 20%. And in the extreme, if everybody in the world understood Bitcoin, it would be 20, 30, 40% of the wealth in the world. Check it out. So it would be $200 to $300 trillion in today's dollars. Like, whoa, referring to the market cap, fam. And then the price would be appreciating at the rate of global inflation in the fiat currency. So if the gold inflation rate remains a 7, it would still remain a 7, and then it would appreciate a little bit more because of the productivity of the people that adopt it as a treasury reserve asset. So what are your thoughts on that, family? And could you ever imagine Bitcoin tapping into $300 trillion of all the money and wealth in the world? That'd be pretty lit. And where do you think the price would be? Can you see $100 million Bitcoin price as he is actually predicting? Let me know. Now for the highlights from the recent interview. Not interview, but the speech he gave in Atlantis at this event. Here are the highlights. I'm going to just read them out loud, and you could actually check the show notes below the video in the description to get access to the 51-minute speech you can see here on your screen. It's actually on the right, the Saylor video on this page. So here you go. Bitcoin is the best asset because it is digital, making it digital capital, digital property, and digital wealth. The story of civilization is about purging toxicity from our systems, including toxic money, which has been holding us back for 5,000 years. Preach. Bitcoin empowers everyone to live their best possible life, bringing economic and political freedom, control of destiny, and emotional security. Bitcoin is empowerment and hope for the individual and a foundation to support families for generations. The promise of technology is to come up with the science to figure out what's toxic and solve the problem. That is the story of civilization. Bitcoin's half-life of forever makes it a solution for nonprofits and governments to thrive in the 21st century. Bitcoin is the most powerful computer network in the world, not a scam or a pyramid scheme. Now, Bitcoin's impact goes beyond individuals and will have a significant influence on the rest of the world. The massive adoption of exchange-traded funds, buying and trading Bitcoin will have a profound impact on economies and society. And over time, Bitcoin will become more understood and embraced, leading to more people joining the network and participating. Bitcoin grows stronger with every new participant at any level, whether they're talking crap, unsure, liking it, or debating it. Keep that in mind, Peter Schiff. Next time you bash Bitcoin, you're only helping promote it. Now for some of the Q&As, which were discussed with Saylor. What is Bitcoin and who is it for? Bitcoin is a digital asset that can impact corporations, individuals, and governments, and it's for everyone. And the speaker has spent a lot of time researching and preparing their views on the topic, clearly. How much Bitcoin be described, or how can Bitcoin be described as a digital asset? Bitcoin is the best digital asset, representing digital capital, property, wealth, and should not be solely viewed as digital money. It is a store of value that protects individual sovereignty, allowing people to achieve their hopes. What roles do companies and banks play in the Bitcoin network? Companies and banks are slowly adopting Bitcoin, with CEOs and individuals owning it privately while waiting for the political environment to change so they can buy it corporately. Banks play a crucial role in financial security and asset transfer and will eventually hold Bitcoin on the balance sheet. How can Bitcoin benefit governments and nonprofits? This is actually a good question. Bitcoin can help countries lower taxes. Let's go! Strengthen their currencies, defend their sovereignty, and improve their economies, just like Bukele did in El Salvador. And it needs people to advocate for it to improve the world. Nonprofits are important contributors to the economy, education, empowering and expanding the Bitcoin network, driving engagement, providing advocacy, and spreading ideas globally. And for the final question, what is the significance of Bitcoin in the digital transformation of capital and energy? The digital transformation of capital and energy means that every person, family, corporation, government, and movement can achieve their greatest aspirations. And Bitcoin is for everyone. It represents the digital transformation of capital and energy, and every new participant at any level makes Bitcoin stronger. So there you have it, my crypto fam. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the Giga Chad, and what are your thoughts on hitting some of these bullish price predictions. And now here's a little clip from the speech he just gave from this event.
Now, we all know Bitcoin is the best asset. You agree?
Agreed.
And there is no second best asset.
Facts. If you agree with that, fam, again, put a 1 in the live chat if you believe there is no second best crypto asset.
And that is why we are here, right? Because we need an asset. Bitcoin is the best. There is no second best.
Precisely why we're here right now, family.
There's a guy at the front door. He charges tick admission. And if it's not going to zero, it's going to 1 million. It's either
Facts.
nothing, right? If it's nothing, then it's getting scrubbed out and banned. And you can buy a ticket for $1. You don't need the ticket. You like it outside.
Appreciate everyone in the live chat with the ones. Lighten it up right now. Cheers.
And of course, we now know that it's not getting banned, right? There's no way that Fidelity, Citadel, BlackRock, Charles Schwab, Deutsche Bank, the human race has never had an effective money. Credit Agricole, Banco Santander, a mathematically sound, thermodynamically sound money, all decide they're interested in this, right? They're not endorsing a tulip bulb.
So there you have it. That's coming directly from the Giga Chad. Mike Saylor, one of the great Mikes of our times. Mike Jackson, rest in peace. Mike Jordan, greatest b-ball player of all time. We got Mike Tyson, the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time, legendary, the youngest champion we have ever seen. And the legends of the Mikes continue, fam. Any fellow Ohioans in the building? That's right, there's no second best. Every day I think I need to put in more. Let's go, love it. Brock, put in more. Let's go.
Closing fast, but you do your ass. Come on, lose your cash cause it's moving fast.
Everybody, I think I need to put more in. Let's go. I suppose because they are just two of you. Just the two of us. Saylor is too smart for me. I just listen and follow. That's all you're supposed to do. You got it figured out at least. We're all going to need bodyguards for real. How many bodyguards is JV going to pull up with at the 100K Fiesta? Let me know in the chat. I might have a dozen. I don't know. Why is everyone's percentage allocation for Bitcoin 99.9%? You got to keep that 0.1% to pay the bills, if you know what I mean. Mike Myers, Zach Hudson, what it do? Michael Johnson, legendary sprinter. That's right. I remember the golden shoes. Shout out to Michael Johnson. The great mics. I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. What other mics am I missing? I saw Michael in concert in New Zealand in 97. What a blessing, family. How was it? Let me know. I'm a huge fan. The greatest performer of all time, hands down. One says BS. Onesie. You rocking a onesie? Late Jeffrey. Nice. M Live it. Killer Mike. Oh, snap. Killer Mike. 95% says Kepler. I always got your back, JV. Appreciate it, Serge. I know. I honestly don't need bodyguards at the Fiesta because I know you guys all got my back if I want to keep it 100. And you guys are the best trained ninjas I could ever ask for. So let's go. 60% Bitcoin, 80% if you include MicroStrategy. Thanks for sharing, Silas. Michael Knight. Enlighten me. Who is Michael Knight? I never heard of him. 24 bodyguards, all wearing NBA jerseys. We're all going to be rocking Bitcoin jerseys. Number 11. Bitcoin number 11. Let's go. What's your favorite plant, JV? It's called ganja. Ganja. I believe ganja was given to us by God to solve a lot of humanity's problems. What Mike, drug dealer in The Wire? Oh, White Mike. Michael Myers. That's funny. Mike Joyce, the drummer from the Smiths. I've never heard of the Smiths, so I never heard of him. JV was a great showman. His stage presence was amazing. Oh, Michael Jackson. Heck yeah, the greatest. Thank you, Jennifer. Put in 20% of my income. Just started a couple of months ago. Congrats, Chris. I am a 46-year-old brain-injured janitor. Can get by without much to eat. Wow. Well, more power to you. Welcome to the Bitcoin fam. I like the Acai Bush. Knight Rider. What up, Renee? Good to see you. Hits from the Hopium Bong is going to take us to all-time highs. There will be a ganja at the 100K Fiesta. It's on you, family. I have a license to partake, but that doesn't mean I have a license to share. Just keeping it 100. So you need a medical license here on the island. You can buy it legally. JV follows all the laws, just FYI. I just want to throw that out there. I don't break any laws because I respect my freedom. And Bitcoiners are targeted. So I got to be careful out there, family. So Yeah, I advise everyone else to follow the law as well, and don't break the laws, just out of respect for you and your family. Could the block size wars come back? I don't know. It's a good question. What do you guys think? Michael Obama. Michael Obama. The first. Yeah. Oh, it's funny. Jennifer says, I'm also disabled. In which way, Jennifer? Are you in a wheelchair when you say you're disabled? Are laws meant to be broken? Yes. But you don't want to be in a Puerto Rico prison, is my point. Because who knows? Like, just keeping it 100. What if there's people, spying on us specifically to try to do something bad to us? I don't trust nobody in this crazy world. There's a lot of very bad characters out there, aka forces of evil with very bad intentions. So I kind of like the Tates. I just want to follow the law so it can never be used against me in any capacity whatsoever. You understand? I know some of you understand. David Hasselhoff played Michael Knight as Knight Rider. The CNA is spying on me. All of us. No, never. Michael Myers. Yeah, so young JV, care less about laws. Father JV, Papa JV, I care about laws, and I want to follow them to the best of my abilities and never give anyone any reason to do anything bad or evil to me or my family. Keeping it 100. The CNA, yeah, man. Jamming some old school Zap and Roger right now. You got to do what you got to do. Despite government crackdowns, widespread reports that crypto is outlawed in China, crypto trade is still very much alive. Lose the battle, win the war. Just need to use a straw to protect your teeth. Keep the hand wave going. These are my Jedi mind tricks. I'm like, Bitcoin. There's no telling if Bitcoin will hit $100,000 before the halving. This is a Jedi mind trick. That means I'm ultimately telling your unconscious mind Bitcoin will hit $100,000 before the halving, because the unconscious mind doesn't recognize will not or not. Do you understand that? Some of you catching on to me. World Economic Forum promoting Bitcoin as green. Ain't that some ish? Don't hassle the Hoff. Praying for a crash. Trade, baby. Did you see the WEF video? Which one? I did see the video where the CDC is now admitting that COVID was nothing more than the flu. COVID was nothing more than the flu, which we all knew all along. Not shocked, not surprised here, but finally they're admitting it. But meanwhile, they're still recommending the BS. I'm not even going to say the word on the YouTube stream. When the Hong Kong ETF's launching, hopefully soon. And hopefully the ones out of El Salvador, but there's no official launch date. As soon as there's a date, JB will be talking about the launch date of the future ETFs. JB, the halving price 4 times the cycle peak, according to Skyrocket. Shout out to the Mooch. We're all law-abiding citizens. Otherwise, we won't be here. Instead, robbing the hood for that 100% gains. Kung flu. I like that, Joseph. We all got hit by the Kung flu in 2020. They're trying to help my son and mother live comfortably after I am gone, keeping the fingers crossed. God bless you, Chris. C19 was planned 3 years beforehand. I'd say it was planned 10 years beforehand. The master plan, but yeah, they had the practice drills beforehand, more likely in that time frame. Brazil ETF went live yesterday, you damn straight, on a Friday, so shall continue on Monday. We'll see what kind of inflows they have. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I read when I shared the launch story yesterday, I think it was for individuals with access to over 200,000 of capital, which means not the entire population will have access, but the more affluent, maybe eventually everyone. Michael JV, let's go. My middle name's not even Michael, though. So I just, I was just saying. Even Destiny has a shotgun on his wall. I dig it. And the next plan is Bitcoin. The only plan is Bitcoin. Michael J. Fox, what I think of is 2 films, Back to the Future and Teen Wolf. Y'all remember Teen Wolf? Classic. The PRC burns coal naturally high and uranium it sends in atmospheric dust. Quit talking about the one who shall not be named. We all gonna get canceled. Yeah, they did not, or they did a war game of a, yep, exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about. I remember the exercise that was publicized and they all got together to discuss as if it happened. Go figure. Everything in life is orchestrated. There's no random coincidences. There are controllers, family. We're living in a matrix. It's a computer program. Computer programs are programmed by the programmer. 2 turntables and a mic rag phone. Come on. Whatever the question, Bitcoin is the answer. Preach. What do you think of Robert Kennedy attending the ETH Denver? I don't have any problems. Let him speak. He needs publicity to actually have a chance to win. So he should be speaking at every conference. Go speak at the XRP conference. That doesn't mean he has to support it, but nonetheless, speak and get your message out. I have nothing against that. What do you guys think? Chat GBT and Lima 2 choose the use nukes. My only plan is sucking more sats. Get it? I think you're amazing. People that point fingers, they've got 3 fingers pointing back. Very sad we have behave like that. You're a lovely man. Patricia, cheers, fam. Thank you. And that is correct. Especially hypocritical people. They point the finger. Example, like a Jamie Dimon. Oh, Bitcoin is bad. The money laundering, tax avoidance. And there's 1 million fingers pointing back at him, just like in the song. Don't get me started.
Bitcoin, etc. You pointed out the only true use case for it is criminals, drug traffickers.
RFK accepts sats for a donation. That's what's up. I cannot post a regular neutral comment saying Bitcoin and have it remain. Chat is a bit different. Wow. Why am I not shocked? I don't think RFK can win because of his speech impediment. Yeah, I'll be honest. It's hard for the average person to listen to the guy. Yeah. That's the one downside. Play that song, JV.
Anti-money laundering, tax avoidance, criminals.
You know I got to just give you segments because of copyright-ish. I'll switch it up a little Robbie P and go back and forth.
I'm not selling. Now, after the Bitcoin Miami conference last week and El Salvador making Bitcoin legal tender.
Drug traffickers, anti-money laundering.
Jamie Demon is actually black. The funniest comment I read all day.
Tax avoidance.
I got so inspired I had to go write this one.
Criminals.
The largest corporate fine at the time.
One of the best jammy jams over here. Yes, Robbie P, Diamond Hands and Laser Eye. Show Robbie P some love. His channel, he has a channel on the tube as well as on Rumble. And speaking of Rumble, shout out to the Rumble fam. Been around. Busy, JV, staying positive, having fun with the fam, still stacking them sats. Love it, J-Dub. Good to see you, family. Karma is something will happen with the tapeworm. Facts. When I had the worst UC flare of my life, cannabis oil saved my arse. My whole darn body hurt excruciatingly, even walking downstairs. It is amazing how incredibly curing the medicinal plant cannabis truly is, and CBD and all that stuff. It's life-changing. What nationality is Robbie P? He's an Aussie. So he's Australian family in Australia. Jamie out of touch on 2140. Doge, what about Doge? Chris Record, CBD, regulators, featuring Swagger Dagger. I have to download that one, K-Jam. Shout out Chris Record, my old buddy. Morning JV, morning Press Start Gaming. Good afternoon, good evening. What do you think about Gary Scale selling everything it bought in 2015 at 80,000? It's a dark, what does that say? Conspiration. I'm not sure on that question. Arnold, I don't think I understand it. I don't know who Gary Scale is. Oi, oi, oi. What's that mean, Adam? Tapeworm fuds and we buy. Exactly. Anyone fudding, we buy. You know what I mean? Floki jokey. Something you want to roll up and do a little smoky. Just saying.
$13 billion, that's billion.
Yeah. Jesus came in and he turned that money table over.
Tell him.
We're selling that security.
I'm going to save the rest of the samples for Rumble, though. We know how the tube is. They be demonetizing my shows for a few second samples sometimes. I got to be careful. I need the monetization, family, is all I'm trying to say. It's crazy, too, because I could have a 2-hour show, and then I sample 1 second too long, and they demonetize the entire show. It's stupid. Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. Oh, the national chant. Yes. Now I get it. Pet Rock Gang, where you at? Filecoin will be listed at the Binance Japan this Tuesday. Nice. But here's what we're going to do, fam. We've been streaming close to 90 minutes, so we're going to continue with the uncensored version of the show. If you're new, here's what we do. We're streaming every day, 7 days a week, as you guys already know, on YouTube and Rumble. YouTube is not a free speech platform, so JV has to be very careful about the topic matters and how I express myself. Rumble, I don't have to worry about any of that. I can speak freely, and you get a true, authentic JV directly flowing, you know what I mean, through God and being my most truest version of myself. So if you respect that, you want to hear JV speak censorship free, head on over to Rumble right now. We'll continue with the uncensored version of the pod. You always get a Rumble link in the description below the video, or you can go directly to rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net or simply open the Rumble app, type in Crypto News Alerts, and come join us for an uncensored version of the pod. And I'm looking forward to it. And we'll be back on the tube at roughly 9 p.m. Eastern. I look forward to seeing you there. It's been lit. YouTube, but JV out. Head on over to Rumble. Peace. All right.